The land was white and wide, stretching farther than the eye could see. Snow covered everything like a heavy blanket that never moved. The wind was slow that day, but cold enough to bite skin through thick clothes. The tribe stopped walking. 8 families stood together, silent, their breath turning into small clouds in the air. They had been moving for many days. Their legs were tired. Their food was getting low. Winter was no longer coming. It had arrived. An old man stepped forward. He was not the strongest, but everyone listened when he spoke. He looked at the ground, then at the hills far away. "The wind breaks here," he said. "We stay." No one argued. They placed their packs down. Wooden poles were taken out. Animal skins were spread on the snow. Children watched quietly as the adults worked. No one laughed. No one rushed. This place would decide if they lived or died. By nightfall, the first hut stood, round, low, and strong. Smoke rose slowly into the dark sky. The tribe had chosen their winter home. The next days were hard. Snow fell every night, covering their work. Each morning, they cleared it away and started again. Hands cracked. Fingers bled. But the huts grew. 8 huts, all close, all facing the same center. They built them in a circle without planning it. It felt right. If the wind came, it would hit them together. If danger came, no one would be alone. Inside each hut, there was little space. A fire pit, sleeping skins, food tied high to stay dry. Smoke escaped through a small hole in the roof. At the center of the circle, they made a shared fire. This fire was not for warmth alone. It was for watching, for meeting, for knowing that others were near. At night, the tribe sat around it. The fire made their faces orange and red. Shadows moved on the snow. No one spoke much. Winter does not like noise. The cold taught fast. On the 3rd morning, a young boy ran outside without his gloves. He wanted to show his brother something near the river. He came back crying. His hands were white and stiff. His mother pulled him close, rubbing them slowly, breathing warm air onto his fingers. No one shouted at him. The elder spoke instead. "The cold does not forgive," he said. "It teaches once." From that day, children moved slower. They learned to listen to the wind. They learned that pain came quietly here. Men checked traps near the frozen river. Some days they found nothing. Other days, a small animal lay stiff with ice. Food was shared equally. No one ate alone. That night, the fire burned lower. Meat was cut thinner. Winter had begun its lessons. It came without warning. The sky darkened early. Wind rose fast, howling like an animal that could not be seen. Snow flew sideways, hitting faces like sharp dust. The huts shook. Inside, families held the walls. Outside, a few men tied ropes tighter, blocking gaps with snow and skins. They could barely see each other. The wind screamed all night. Snow pushed against the huts, climbing higher and higher. Fires struggled. Smoke filled some huts, burning eyes and throats. No one slept. When morning came, the world was buried. One hut was almost gone, hidden under a wall of snow. The people inside knocked weakly. Everyone dug. Hands burned. Arms shook. Breath hurt. But they did not stop until the hut opened, and the family crawled out alive. That day, no one spoke of fear. They spoke of work. The storm had taken their strength. Traps were empty. The river ice was too thick to break. Meat stores were low. They counted food again and again. 7 days. That was all. Meals became smaller. 1 piece of meat. 1 cup of melted snow. Children chewed slowly to make it last. No one complained. A woman gave part of her share to an elder. A man skipped his meal without telling anyone. Hunger made the nights longer. Bellies hurt. Dreams became sharp and strange. On the sixth day, a hunter returned with a frozen fish pulled from deep ice. They did not shear Dot. They cooked it slowly and shared it evenly. At night, the fire burned brighter. A young girl stopped speaking. She sat near the fire, eyes open, hands still. Her mother tried to wake her interest with stories, with food, with touch. Nothing worked. The elder knelt beside her. He watched her breath. "She is tired of the cold," he said. They wrapped her in extra skins. They kept the fire alive all night. Someone always stayed awake Dot by morning. She whispered her first word in days. Warm. No one smiled. But everyone breathed easier. Winter had almost taken her. The sun stopped rising high. Days were short and gray. Nights came early and stayed long. Time felt slow and heavy. People worked less and waited more. They fixed tools, repaired skins, told quiet stories about summers long past. No one spoke of leaving. Leaving in winter meant death. The tribe had learned patience. Outside, the land stayed silent. Inside, life stayed small but alive. One morning, the snow felt different, softer, lighter. The sky opened a little wider. The sun stayed longer. No one celebrated. Winter can return if mocked, but the elder stood and looked around the circle of huts. All are here. He said they had lost weight, lost comfort, lost time, but they had not lost each other. That night, the fire burned steady. Children slept without crying. Adults rested without fear. The tribe had survived its first winter. And now they belonged to the land. If you want more real survival stories from the coldest places on Earth, subscribe to the channel.